Good morning, students of this class. Today we are going to learn more about the muscles. So since this is physiology class, then we will learn more about muscle physiology. Now let's take a look at the muscular system, the overview of the muscular system. So the muscular system is composed of three types of muscles: skeletal muscle, smooth muscle, and cardiac muscle. So overall, the muscles enable us to move, to maintain posture, and the muscle also supports vital functions of our body. Like say, for example, for the smooth muscle, since it is controlled involuntarily, it supports the circulatory system, the digestive system, and other organs that are considered as hollow organs and have smooth muscles around them. Okay, here it is, the three types of muscles. We have the skeletal muscle, which is controlled voluntarily, the smooth muscle, which is controlled involuntarily, and cardiac muscle, which is controlled involuntarily and is only found in the heart. Okay, now if you take a look at the anatomy of this, a skeletal muscle is striated, cardiac muscle is striated, but smooth muscle is non-striated. Now, skeletal muscle is controlled voluntarily with striations. Cardiac muscle is controlled involuntarily but with striations. So the only thing common about between the two of them is striation. And for the smooth muscle, it has no striation, but it is controlled involuntarily, which means the function or the work is day in, day out. Wala katapusan, wala gauntat. So that is one thing common between smooth muscle and cardiac muscle. Okay, let's start with, let's study first skeletal muscles. Okay, the structure. So, as I mentioned a while ago, skeletal muscle is striated and multinucleated. When we say multinucleated, with many nucleus. Some muscles can have up to 60 nuclei. Hindi lang isa ka nucleus. So, what happens during the developmental stage was the muscle cell does not completely divide. So, absent ang telophase. Pero nabuo naton ang mitotic phase except sa ang telophase nabuo naton since migration of chromosomes to opposite poles happen, pero cytokinesis was absent. So, ang natabo is every time mag-divide ang cell, divide tanan-tanan, but there was no cytokinesis. So natabo, this facilitates the enlargement of muscle cell, or shall we say muscle fiber. So muscle fiber can be as long as 1 meter. Like say for example, in big organisms like a horse, the muscle fiber can be as long as 1 meter. Now sa humans naman niya, wala man kita sang muscle kaabot gid 1 meter, pero you can estimate, you can make an estimate, like say for example in your femur, in your humerus, ano kalaba na inyo femur, ano kalaba inyo humerus, then you can at least get an estimate of how long the longest muscle fiber would be in that particular part of your body. Now, another characteristic of the skeletal muscle is that it is attached to bones and tendons, no? So here, I want you to take a look at the picture. So you have here the whole muscle. Okay. The whole muscle. Nakita o ni gini mo ma-feel ni mo, no? Pero the whole muscle ni mo, the muscle bundle ni mo is made of smaller components. So if you take a look at the smallest one, the muscle fiber, which is equivalent to muscle fiber, muscle cell. Ang laba-laba na siya. Now, I want you to think of corned beef. Kaon ka mo corned beef. Diba, ang corned beef na laga man na maayo. And then, kung tanaw ni mo daw may kagmido nga daw kahilo-hilo na lang gidaw, hilo-hilo. That is equivalent to a muscle fiber. Na? Butang tabi muscle fiber na siya. So, it can be as long as, depende kung di na siya naghalin ng muscle, no? Now, a muscle fiber is enclosed by a strong tissue para naman di siya mabugto. Okay? Hindi siya protected siya, connective tissue. So, the connective tissue that protects the muscle fiber is called endomysium. So, ang muscle fiber nato, ang protection naton, which is the endomysium, is after na na-enclose ang cell membrane. Ara siya sa gawa, ha? Okay. Ara siya sa gawa. So, here, wala na dala ang isa. So, when muscle fibers are grouped together, okay, we call that as muscle bundle of muscle fibers, otherwise known as fascicle. So, fascicle na siya pagtawag. And then, a fascicle is enclosed by a strong connective tissue known as perimysium. Then, fascicles, when fascicles are grouped together, ang makuha na natin is muscle bundle. So, amo na nang pinaka-muscle nga ginangalanan natin. And, again, this is enclosed by stronger connective tissue, mas stronger siguro than the endomysium and perimysium, and we call that as epimysium, na utod lang. Epimysium. Now, at the end of this muscle structure, tanan-tanan dito nga connective tissue like endomysium, perimysium, and epimysium, unite na siya together to form a tendon. And the tendon is now attached to a bone. So, naka-attach na siya. Now, next time, makaon ka mo sa Jollibee, order ka mo drumstick, kagtanaw ninyo kung ano tsura sang tendon. It's the strong connective tissue that is attached to the bone. Okay. Now, functions of the skeletal system. Number 1, wala ko nabutang picture. Number 1, this is responsible for voluntary movement of the body. So, meaning, you can control it. Say, for example, ang imo kamot, if you want to move your hand, it must be done by simply, siyempre, pwede siguro alsahon mo kamot mo, pero that is impossible if the skeletal muscle or the skeletal muscles would not cooperate. Okay? Pero you can control it. You can control it when to move and when not to move. Kasi hindi kaya mag-move today, okay lang. Diba? Okay. Now, it also maintains our posture. So, bali, makontract sa likod, may contraction man sa atubang. So, it's just like a pole. Tanan nga sides, gabintin siya. Like, butangan mo higot, tanan nga sides dapat may tension so that ang pole ni mo magtindog. So, another one is heat production. Feel your body. What is the temperature? 37 degrees Celsius. Basin sobra, basin gahilanat ka. So, if it is less than 37 degrees Celsius, basin tugnaw ka, basin wala ka kakao, no? So, it maintains heat. Okay? So, it produces heat. So, every movement that you take, naga-release na siya sang heat energy. And that heat energy is very important to maintain our body heat. Now, kaya nyo na i-connect kung magdalagan ka tudo or like say for example mag-jogging ka. Okay. Bisan pa environmental temperature naton is 12 na lang or 10 degrees Celsius na lang, still you would feel very warm. Why? Atong movement nimo is the one that produces more and more heat energy. So, ginutan ka. So, the next time you feel very cold, ano mo to keep your body warm? Hulag ka mayo. Di ka munong-munong dira. So, during cold days, hulag ka tudo para hindi ka tugnaon. So, now, nakita nyo na, you can understand now why people in the temperate region or regions where there is snow, nagatugnaw, may 4 seasons sila. Okay? Tapos, bisan ang summer nila is a little bit colder than our summer here. Okay? Now, maintindihan mo na why they move fast. Because if they don't move fast, tugnawon sila. And during winter, if they don't move fast, jutay ang production of heat energy, anong matabo? They will freeze to death. Kailangan ta na siya. So, it's the skeletal muscle that provides heat energy, maintains the heat energy or maintains our body temperature. Okay, now here, you have done this in your laboratory last time, maybe in anatomy, no? Okay, so these are the examples of body movements. This is how our body moves or the muscles move. So you have flexion gani, panong flexion? Pakadto towards the body. Basta flexion towards the body, extension away from the body. From head naman niya, extension mo palikod, flexion mo patubang. Okay. So here, flexion and extension lang siya, no? And then we have also here, abduction and adduction. So abduction away from the body, hapon, pakilid. Then, adduction towards the body. Circumduction, tiyog lang na. Rotation sa ulo, tiyog. Okay. So we have lateral rotation, medial rotation. So sa anatomy nyo na last time gin-perform. Okay, let's proceed. Blank. Okay, let's try to just have a little discussion on the microscopic anatomy of muscle fiber. So muscle fibers contain myofibrils composed of actin and myosin filaments. So dili na ni masulod ang filaments natin dito sa cell, ha. Okay, here it is. Now take a look at the myofibril. Do you see it? Okay. So muscle fiber is composed of contractile units known as sarcomere. So kita nyo ng sarcomere dira, na? So contractile units, sarcomere. So meaning, isa ka muscle fiber is composed of many sarcomeres. And in each sarcomere, you see there myofibrils. Okay, represented by actin and myosin. So, ang actin ni Muya is, okay, nakakuha na siya, naka-attach na siya, yeah, properly attached to. Ang floating nato niya is the myosin. However, this filament is responsible for muscular contraction para nga may movement kita. So, this picture presents a almost complete schematic diagram of the muscle fibers. Okay, this is the one that I told you a while ago, no? Ang end nimo, when all connective tissue coverings unite, like the epimysium, perimysium, and endomysium, they form a tendon. And tendon connects the muscle fiber to the bone tissue. Pero kung bone-to-bone connection niya, connection, like say for example in a joint, hindi man stable ang joint kung wala siya sang connective tissue. So dito naman niya is the ligament. Bone to bone connection is ligament, diriya muscle to bone is tendon. Okay, next is the motor units. The motor units of each muscle. Na, di ba siling kusinyo, muscle fiber is composed of many nuclei. So this means laba siya. Okay? And kung laba siya, hindi dali-dali ang mag-manage sini. So in order for for a muscle fiber to be managed properly, hindi lang niya through diffusion, no? Ang iniya may ara gid ta connection, we call this as the neuromuscular junction. So here, i-connect naton ang learning naton in cell and molecular bio. So the pink one is the cell membrane, particularly the red structure there represented by a sarcolemma. Sarcolemma is actually a cell membrane. So ang nag-cave in na structure this is equivalent to a cavula. Sa cell and molecular bio natin niya, it's cavula, no? So many of the metabolic activities actually happen in the cavulae. So, cavulae ni siya. So, ang green dira iya is the nerve ending. Neuron ending ni mo ya. So, dira sa pinaka-ending ni mo, ara dira imo nga vesicles that contain acetylcholine. So here, ang acetylcholine nimo is the activator or the 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 molecule that is responsible for activating a muscle fiber. So may mga instances ng activator naton is not acetylcholine, but take acetylcholine as our standard for today. Okay. So here in the cavulae, ara da aton nga acetylcholine receptors. So these are the sites where acetylcholine can make an impact to the cell. Diba? Mo siya impact dira. So anong gakatabo? The moment there is a signal coming from the brain, this is brought to the muscle fiber through the motor unit in which we have this neuronal ending. So pag abot dito, okay, ang end malanggali iya is to release acetylcholine. And acetylcholine will activate another activity in the muscle fiber, of course passing through the acetylcholine receptors, di ba? Okay. So, once acetylcholine reaches the acetylcholine receptors, buo na dayon, pwede na ta may muscular activity. So, makastart na ta dayon sa contraction mechanism. Pero naman in relaxation, paano naman to? How will the muscle end its activity and bring itself back to relaxation? Okay, now there are two ways. Sometimes acetylcholine will be retrieved back by the neuronal ending, or sometimes the neuronal ending itself would secrete acetylcholinesterase. And once acetylcholinesterase is secreted, okay, that will destroy the acetylcholine. Nara, das imo cavula or cavulae. So once acetylcholinesterase is available, pangitaw niya itong acetylcholine, which is actually ara sa acetylcholine receptors, then destroy it. So once destroyed, wala na ta activator, the muscle fiber will go back to its resting phase. So here, we have a list of superficial muscles na ning kitaon diri ha. Wala pa tong deep muscles naton. You have a list of superficial muscles both in the anterior part and the posterior part, but I will not require you to memorize this here in physiology, but rather you will be required to memorize these muscles in anatomy. So, sige, pwede lang mag-memorize. Okay. Okay, so here, okay, we have a list of posterior and anterior muscles. Superficial lang niya, wala pa ang deep, but I will not allow you, but I will not require you to memorize this, kay this is physiology, muscular function lang ta, pero you'll be required to memorize this in anatomy. Okay, let's take a look at how muscle contracts. So here, ang green and green beads in the blue structure. Okay. Ano na sa tawag mo sina? Part na siya of, okay, the thick filament and the thin filament. So we have the actin, which is the thick filament, and the myosin, the thin filament. Okay. So here, the active part of the myosin is the myosin heads. Myosin heads. Tapos, yun ni may steady lang niya imo nga actin niya. Steady lang na siya. Pero may binding site man na siya dira. Pero that binding site is covered, or that active site is covered by troponin tropomyosin complex. So the troponin tropomyosin complex is actually the one that prevents the thick filament or the actin filament from binding with the myosin head. So, saan oras siya pwede mag-bind? When calcium is available. You see, calcium is the final trigger of muscular contraction. So, going back to the previous slide, di ba may activation na ta? Dito sa neuromuscular junction, acetylcholine is released. Nagkadto sa acetylcholine receptors. Okay? Once acetylcholine receptors are activated, other receptors will also open. So, anong receptors ang ma-open gid una? Sodium channels. So, masulod ang sodium nimo. Pag sulod sang sodium, this will change the charge, electrical charge inside the cell, maging more positive na siya. Now, the positive situation there, or the positive environment, slightly positive environment, mas higher, will also activate the T-tubules. So, equivalent na siya ang T-tubules nimo to endoplasmic reticulum, na-store imo calcium. So, ma-release ang calcium. Okay. Once calcium is released, active na siya, very active. Calcium will also look for its binding site. So, pangitaon niya binding site niya, dito lang siya pwede sa thick filament. Ara dito ang iya mga grupo. Ano iya grupo? The troponin and tropomyosin complex. So, umugali to dito siya pwede mag-stick sa troponin tropomyosin complex. And once calcium is available, the troponin tropomyosin complex will leave actin. Biyaan nilang actin, maupod sila sa calcium. And so, this will be an opportunity for the myosin head to bind with the active site of actin. So, di kay kalayo-layo pa man to, like say for example in the first slide, ari pa siya sa layo. Pangitao niya gid tong pinakapunta kay pasunod ni sila pasunod. So pangitao niya gid ang pinakapunta. So this means the myosin head will find the farthest nga pwede niya kadtuan. So, kung amo ni ang matabo, this will cause shortening of the contractile unit or the sarcomere. So, pero take note, this requires ATP. This requires energy. No. So, kung may used up yan ng ATP dira, available, pag may used up yan na, okay, wala na sang magamit nga ATP, okay, the myosin head will simply leave the site, bayaan niya. Tapos kung bayaan niya, dungan ni daw ka nami gid sang nakasynchronous ni siyang activity because outside, when acetylcholine is either absorbed or destroyed by the cholinesterase, naguba na to dito. Tapos naubos naman ng energy dire, daw kadungan-dungan. That is also the time nga magwa naman ang sodium from the cell. Diba? Sodium potassium activity. So magwa ang sodium from the cell. Once sodium is out, calcium will go back to T-tubules. So kung pagbalik yan na sa T-tubules, biyaan niya naman ang troponin tropomyosin complex. So the troponin tropomyosin complex will go back to its site, to its upo siya dito sa thick filament. So masiling naman siya sa myosin head. Myosin head, idog-idog na dira, ako naman dira ang magsulod dira. So in that case, naka-relax naman ang imo nga muscle. That's why for the skeletal muscle, hindi ta pwede mag-move nga tuloy-tuloy gid. So movement of muscle is good for na short periods lang, then short period rest naman, no. Labi na kung grabe exert effort, short period lang, and then rest naman liwat. Okay. Unlike smooth muscle, tuloy-tuloy na sila. Because the reason for this, Kaka-use up naton ang energy, and then very dependent man ta sa presence of acetylcholine. Pero once ara lang ang ATP, pwede ta magtuloy-tuloy basta kwanta anay, contract, relax, pero abot gid ang time nga kapuyon ko. That's why when you work involving smooth skeletal muscle, mabot gid ang time nga kapuyon gid ka. Like say for example galaba ka hand wash, say for example pang scrub ka. Okay. Now, let's go to adaptation of the skeletal muscles. So the more you use your skeletal muscle, the more it adapts to the situation. Or when we say hypertrophy or hypertrophied na siya, what does it mean? Same muscle, same lang gid sila tanan, but the only thing is it accumulates more water and food and everything, making it bigger. So, nang nag-train sa gym, ginabutangan nila per sa ilang muscle. Do you think nagdamo na ilang muscle? O ay? Same lang na siya, pero you are putting more stress to the muscle and the muscle is adjusting by hypertrophying. So, nagadako, ga-accumulate siya food and water in preparation for more stressful moments. Pero, pag untata naman nimo activities, the muscle will atrophy. So hypertrophy and atrophy. So in an atrophied muscle, why nagamay na siya? So if you don't move your muscle, makupos, magamay na siya. So ang advice naton for mga elderly, mga lula ninyo, lulo, mga tatay ninyo, nanay, kung gulang na sila, hindi mag-stop moving. That's why kailangan exercise. Keep on moving and moving. Diba? Kaya kung mag-move sila, okay lang gid siya. Hindi gid siya mag-atrophy ang muscle.